Hey guys, my name is V Ryan and welcome to my channel. So today I want to be breaking down the biggest, and I mean the biggest red flags on Love is Blind history. Now, given the fact that these couples are hella toxic, I think I'm going to have to be doing a part one a part two and part three to this video. Now, keep in mind that we are only discussing what happened on the show itself. We will not be discussing what happened outside the pods or outside the show. So with that being said, I just want to take a quick moment and just to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel, to my little family. I just want to show some love and send some hugs your way. I am so grateful for the support, and please do not forget to leave a comment and like this video. So with that being said, let's get into this. So this first couple that we're going to discuss here, we obviously have fallen completely head over heels for, and we love where the trajectory of their relationship is going. But when it started, it was not the cutest. We just have to admit that. With that being said, let's discuss Amber and Barnett. Now, in the beginning, Amber was a walking red flag, and we have to just be honest about it. She actually came on camera and said that she was unemployed and had amassed a huge amount of student debt. And the worst thing is, she expected Barnett to just handle it, just to take care of her. She had no aspirations whatsoever. She had no plans to get a job. She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and expected Barnett to handle everything. Now, if that is not a walking red flag, I don't know what is. Now, I am not telling women that they should not want to be taken care of. They should not expect men to provide for them. However, I am of the belief that women should still have something for themselves. And the fact that she had no plans, no nothing, if it would not work, it is crazy to me. One of the things that I at least was questioning was, why did Barnett actually take that risk? I do obviously understand the fact that woman is gorgeous. I mean, Amber is drop dead gorgeous. She has a beautiful personality. She is funny as hell. She is bubbly. She is fun. She's energetic. She's quite entertaining to watch. And obviously, I do understand where he fell in love with her. However, was he able to just bypass the risks, bypass the red flags, and take that risk and take that plunge, in other words? That is what I question. So in my head, obviously, I hope that they had a conversation behind the scenes, a financial conversation. I hope that they sat down and really discussed this before getting married, because it is risky to go into a relationship with someone with that amount of debt. Wasn't it? I think that she had credit card debts as well, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right, but please correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe she had some credit card debts as well. So for Barnett to just ignore those red flags, for me, was a huge question mark. I do understand that there was a lot of physical attraction, there was a lot of passion in their relationship, but it was still very weird to me. And as a woman looking at another woman, I respect the fact that she was transparent. I respect the fact that she was open. I respect the fact that she was honest about her situation. Definitely that deserves respect in itself. However, girl, you cannot be reliant on a man 100% to take care of you, not in this economy at least. It is very hard for a couple to survive on a sole income. It doesn't matter if you're an engineer, a plumber, an electrician. It is very hard in this economy nowadays for couples to have kids, to have a family, to have a house. Even to buy a house is challenging in itself. But on a positive note, they've actually made it. From what I'm seeing, Amber is actually quite successful as a content creator. She's getting that money on Instagram. She is actually doing really well. And on top of that, they actually opened up recently, I believe, opened up a business together that they're promoting on Instagram. So big ups, and I hope and I pray that this will be a very successful venture for them. And the fact that she is pregnant, that they are growing their family, I also want to wish them all the best. And I want to send love their way, because we of course grateful that Barnett actually did take that plunge and did take that risk, because they ended up being such a cute couple in the end. Now, over to some negativity. And I mean negativity. The second couple that I want to discuss today is definitely, or was definitely, one of the most uncomfortable to watch, and that is Zainab and Cole. Now, I do believe this couple did not fit at all. It is hard to pinpoint a definite or a one-off red flag in this couple because there were so many. It was just toxic to begin with. It was toxic all the way through. I believe that Cole was not ready for a serious relationship. I believe that he was immature. He didn't know what he wanted. And I believe that the reason why he connected to Zainab was the fact that he wanted something that he didn't have in himself. And that is, he saw that the seriousness, the maturity, the well-traveledness of that was Zainab was something that he was wishing he had for himself. And I think that is what really was wrong with this couple, is that they had expectations on how the other person was, or what they wanted the other person to be, but they were not necessarily willing to work to make this work, to do the work, to actually make an effort. And this also pretty much reflects what I think will happen with Zainab as well. I do believe that Zainab is very serious. I think that she is a beautiful woman. I believe that she's very mature, very traveled, well-traveled, I mean, and she's very intelligent. But she was very insecure about herself, her emotionally at least. She had a lot of insecurities that she just could not get past. She saw that Cole was interested in Colleen, and she saw that he wanted a bubbly, more carefree woman, and she saw that she could not meet those expectations, and that turned really sour real quick. And I believe that even the expectations that she had on Cole were really unrealistic. How can you take a little boy? She was pretty much trying to take a little boy, college student, and make him into a man. It's not going to work. So this couple, I mean, it's hard to pinpoint what the red flags, I mean, the singular red flags was, because there were just so many. There was gaslighting, emotional manipulation. There was just immaturity. There was a lack of communication. They couldn't really communicate effectively. They weren't even making an effort to make it work. And that is because at the end of the day, it just would never work. They were misplaced. It was just a bad choice all around. So do I believe that this couple would ever make it? There are couples out there that have similar, if not the same, traits as Zainab and Cole, and that have made it, have stood the test of time. But it takes effort, and it takes willingness to actually put aside your differences and to empathize with the other person, to see things from that person's perspective. And that is something that they were just not willing or ready to do, unfortunately. They did break up in the worst way possible. And to be honest, do I think it was bad of Zainab to just trash him like that? Yeah. Do I believe that Cole was also sending a lot of subliminals and a lot of like passive aggressive comments to her? Yeah. So, I mean, I think this couple should just be buried. I mean, you should just shove it down a trash can, just throw them, toss them. I mean, throw them in the bin. It's not even worth a second look at. So it's unfortunate, but it is sad. Moving on to the next couple. Now, this is toxic as toxic can get. Let's talk about Marshall and Jackie. I don't even know where to begin with this couple. Jackie, I believe that there was just so much gaslighting. There was just so much toxicity in this couple. There was not really something that was salvageable in this relationship at all. I do believe that Jackie was immature. I do believe that she was not ready for a serious relationship, just like Cole. I think that the fact that she was very inconsistent with her emotions. One minute she's like, I'm in love with Marshall. I love the fact that he's so kind. He's so nice. He's just so caring and thoughtful. And the next minute she's like, oh, he's soft. He is not aggressive enough for me. I want someone who's aggressive. I want someone that has that masculinity, that toxic masculinity mess that Josh had, that she ended up hating, and it ended up not even working for her. So it was a lot of just inconsistency with her. And I just believe that overall, she was just not ready for a real and serious relationship. Now, on the other hand, we have Marshall. I have to admit, there was one comment that just literally took me out. It literally made me feel a different way about that man. It made me confused. I was looking at him with the most evil eye ever. I was just so confused after he made this comment. And that is that he saw Jackie as a project. Now, sir, we need to talk about this. I know that what you saw in Jackie was attractiveness. You saw that she was a spicy Latina. She must be attractive. I want that. And obviously what he got was exactly what he was looking for. That spicy Latina, that beautiful, gorgeous girl. However, what he ended up with was someone who was not ready for a relationship, did not even really like him, who was just not really serious about the relationship at all. And in the worst way, she was just putting him down and making some really horrible comments about him. But he took it. He stood by her. He wanted to help her see the light and, help her grow emotionally and make her stable. But it didn't work. You can't change a person to what you want them to be. And the sad part is about Marshall is that Marshall himself, I believe that he is also not ready for a relationship. I think that he plays a nice guy. He pretends. I think that is the image that he wants to portray out there. But I think that deep inside that Marshall also has a lot of insecurities. I think that he has a lot of complexities that he has to deal with. And I think he, quite frankly, is a bit of a narce, if you get what I mean. The fact that you are saying that you believe that this woman was a project and that you could fix her, it's kind of giving off that attitude as like, I'm the only one that can fix this girl. I'm your rescuer. I'm your savior complex. It is so toxic and so dangerous because at the end of the day, it will only make that person resent you even more. You're acting so like you're acting like her father. He's always was constantly correcting her, trying to criticize her, and just looking down at her. If we're being honest, he thought that he was better than her. And that is so toxic. I do believe that this couple should have never been together in the first place. But however, the fact that Marshall was willing to take all that abuse from her, willing to, take it all in, and at the end of the day, when he couldn't handle it, he just lashed out and said the worst thing possible. And that is not healthy. That is not cute. And I think that is not something that you want in a man. I think that Marshall should take a look at himself and see what is wrong with me. What are some demons that I have that I need to battle? Because me saying that to a woman is not cute. It's not nice. It is the worst thing, not the worst thing, but it's one of the worst things you can tell a woman. If you see her as a project, why the hell are you with her? Just go and get you another girl that you actually mash with. I think that there is seriously something wrong with that man, and I would not come close to him, or I would never see him as a potential because he himself has a lot of work to do. So, guys, with that being said, Love is Blind has brought us the most toxic couples we've seen, one of the most toxic couple compilations we've seen on the internet. We love to rag on these couples. We love to drag them. We love to comment on them. But at the same time, this is a true reflection of our dating world or the dating market out there right now. It is the sad truth, but it is the honest truth. The men out there are in pieces. And it is something that we need to look more into as to why there are so many men that are just not emotionally in tune. They're not, they don't know how to express themselves. And a lot of the men that do seem nice or do cosplay as nice guys are just inner narcissists, and they know how to play the game. They're pretty much salesmen that put on a representative, a front for you to buy the product. And once you buy it, then you realize, oh, shubbies, oh, this is not what I wanted to buy, or this is completely wrong. This is a rotten product. So there is something more happening here and deeper. Even the women themselves, we may joke around and say that these people need therapy, But at the end of the day, there is a lesson to be learned here. And I think that the one thing that we need to understand is that a lot of us are just not ready for serious relationships. And I think that the fact that and I'm not saying that it's not worth trying with, trial and error, but I think that there has to be a level of self-awareness, self-respect, and just self-care on everybody's part. And if you understand yourself that you're just not ready for a serious relationship, then don't go and destroy someone else's happiness. Don't go and destroy someone else's views or someone else's life. Because as we can see, we've seen couples that are mature enough to handle these grown adult relationships, such as Tiffany and Brett or Cameron and Lauren. We've seen those type of couples that have made it, are actually successful. We're able to empathize with each other. We're able to listen effectively and learn and grow. But a lot of these people that have come on the show, they've just really shown us that how horrible and how bad it is out there. How do you handle that? How do you, as a person going into the dating market, find the right guy with so many frogs in front of you, with so many choices, with all these dating apps and so many frogs on there? How do you choose the right guy? How do you find Mr. Right among all these frogs? It is quite a hard task, and we're definitely going to be delving into this further. But I want to cut this video short because I do not want to be talking on this video for too long. So guys, I want to hear from you. If there are some red flags that I missed, please comment it down below. Please, let's open up a discussion panel. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to hear from you guys, of course. So in my next video, I'm going to be breaking down the most toxic couples on Love is Blind history. And don't worry, I'm going to be including Ashley and Tyler because they are one of the most toxic. So please, you don't want to miss it. Please subscribe and please like and comment below.